functional nutritionist of Aaron Holt Health. Today I'm going to talk to you about the biggest problem that I see with women attempting a ketogenic diet. Now, a keto diet is high-fat, low-carb diet, right? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a keto diet. It can actually be really, really great and therapeutic for a lot of people. This is the problem that I see, though. It's women taking their diet culture mentality of restriction into the keto diet. Now, the keto diet by design is already a very restrictive diet because you're cutting out certain food groups, right? You're cutting out most carbohydrates, or at least a great deal of them. So if you layer restriction on top of restriction, that's a recipe for disaster, especially for women. So if women are coming into the keto diet eating too few calories, so not enough food in general, not enough calories, and then they're removing all of the carbohydrates from their food, this is a big deal. And I see a lot of problems with it. First of all, it's not really sustainable. And second of all, it tells your body that it's in crisis. You have to think about this. Keto, like I said, is high fat and low carb. It's not just low carb. So you have to think about these macronutrients like levers. And when one goes down, right, like carbohydrates, the other one has to go up, and that's fat. Some of us still have that sort of crazy backlog that fat is bad from the 80s and 90s. We've carried it over into the new millennium. I guess 20 years into the new millennium. But some of us do have that fat fear. And so when we attempt a ketogenic diet for whatever reason, whether it's weight loss or health reasons, right, we take that fat is bad rhetoric into it. And so we restrict not only carbohydrates, because that's what the ketogenic diet does, but we also restrict fat and we restrict calories. And this is when the whole system crashes. I've had women say to me, keto broke me. And I say, is it really the ketogenic diet that broke you? Or is it your restrictive mentality that you brought into the ketogenic diet that really broke you? Here's the thing about women. We're very, very in tune to any type of stressors in our environment, biologically speaking, right? And this dates back thousands and upon thousands of years. So if our bodies sense a stressor, sense a threat to survival outside of us, it's gonna do some things within us to make sure we stay alive. And guess what one of those huge stressors are historically? Famine, right? So if your body thinks that it's starving, what's gonna happen? It's gonna slow down your thyroid function. And for those of us who are looking for weight loss, this is a really bad thing because thyroid function doesn't just regulate metabolism, right? But it also regulates everything else from top to tail. It's gonna tweak your hormones a little bit because guess what? If your body thinks it's starving to death, its number one thing it wants to do to keep you safe is to safeguard any resources that it has. It doesn't really care about getting you pregnant, right? It really doesn't. So I see a lot of women that have had a pattern of restriction, whether that's restricting carbohydrates or calories, that aren't getting their periods anymore or totally imbalanced with their hormones, okay? So these are all stressors to the body that we really want to try to avoid. If you want to learn more about the right way to attempt a ketogenic diet or low carb diet, or even determine if it's right for you, click on the link and hop on over to my website where I talk a lot more about my approach and what I do clinically with clients to get them the best support while they approach a low carb diet. Hope this video helps you guys, and I will talk to you soon.